Hello, today we have to study about the special types valve, which are topic covered in a oil, hydraulic and pneumatic subject. What is the special types of the valve? Sometimes the hydraulic circuit are required. The flow control and pressure controller is necessary to operate the circuit for an load condition and unload condition. That's time require a special types valve. Special types valve sometimes working as a to control of flow, to control the temperature of working fluid, to control the pressure inside the hydraulic circuit that are necessary to require. And secondary side we have to say that if the pressure are increasing in a hydraulic line, then the next stage the hydraulic pressure are released automatically to drain in a hydraulic tank. That time they require a special types of the hydraulic valves. That type of the valve is a time delay valve, shuttle valve, twin pressure valve, pilot operated valve, Poppet valve, pilot operated to check and close valve. That's all are the special type of the valve. Different type of the valves are available: gate valve, globe valve, plug valve, ball valve, and butterfly, and check valve, diaphragm valve, pinch, pressure relief, control valve, etc. That's all are the regular types of the valve are available in the hydraulic circuit. Each of these type of has a number of model, each with a different features and functional capability. That's all are regular types of the valve, but they are not a special type. Which means that these are not working in a multi-purpose use in a single valve. Where the valve are used is everywhere. Valve can be found in just about everywhere today in our home, under the street, commercial building, and thousands of places where the power and water plants, paper mills, refinery, chemical plants, and industrial infrastructure facility. We have to using the many more types of the valve. The first we have to study about the time delay valve. The time delay valve, first we have to show the construction of this valve. This point is a adjustment screw. We can adjust the screw in a clockwise and anti-clockwise movement of the screw and control the flow of working fluid. This portion are as a hydraulic chamber inside the valve. These points are as a spool working between a hydraulic pump to hydraulic circuit. Here the one spring is attached to give the return back force. This cross line are mentioned as a body of time delay valve. Here one is a NRV attached, means check valve or reverse free flow valve are attached for balance the hydraulic pressure. Now we start understanding about the working of this time delay valve. Here the main point is the P. P means pump, hydraulic pump which are directly connected to a hydraulic motor and suck the hydraulic oil from the hydraulic tank. Here the pressurized oil are coming from the pump and enter into the time delay valve. Here the next position, the port C is open. Here the port C is in open condition so that the oil pass from the port P to time delay valve and exits to a port C, where the oil is passed from port P to port C. At this time, the single acting cylinder is in a extract condition. This valve is used to have required amount of time delay between two operations. For example, a cylinder extract first means hydraulic oil pass from port P to C and retract automatically after the present amount of time. Then after the spool is moved in a left direction and the hydraulic oil can return from point C to T means it's a retract condition. In the figure, so the time delay valve it has inbuilt reserve. This point are called as a reservoir point. Flow control, here is the flow control valve is available and one check valve. Here is a one check valve is also available and operated 3 by 2 direction control valve. This portion we can say as a 3 by 2 direction control valve. When the working fluid is admitted through inlet port for this valve, when the working fluid is admitted from this point P port, it flow through the check valve fill the chamber. Here is a one also a given to one inlet from the pump. Here the oil is entered into the time delay valve chamber. The liquid flow from this point and flow control to inlet chamber. Then at position, these valves are in a closed condition. Here we have to give the pressure from this side and its ball is passed from this place to and sit back here. Then this position says a closed condition of check valve and oil are collected in this position. At this point, the spool is moved its original position to right side position and hydraulic oil pass from P to C. This is its first condition called as a extended circuit. Then after this sometimes we have to require the oil return from C to P. At this point, the secondary condition we have to require in retract condition automatically. That's point we have to open this point. We have to open this point. The higher pressurized fluid pass from this check valve to return back here, and at this time we have to close this point and the spring is give the force in this direction, right side, and this spool are move its original position to right side. And hydraulic oil pass from point C to point C. This condition called as a retract condition. Next is a twin pressure valve. Here twin pressure valve, two inlet and one outlet. All types of the twin pressure valve has a two inlet and one outlet. This valve has AND logic. AND logic function statement is when both of input signal are present, then only there will be output signal. If one is a clause, the secondary port is also a clause. Means AND logic function statement is when both of input signal are present, then only there will be a output signal. This valve consists of a spool inside. Here is a spool inside in the valve body. When working fluid is supplied from one inlet port, the spool closes the outlet. If the working fluid is supplied from the both inlet port, then only output ports open. And logic is used in a safety circuit two hand operation press. Any working operation press is work between the twin pressure valve. If the both side pressure are equal, then after the C point are operate and oil pass from to inlet to outlet. Otherwise, it cannot be pass oil from inlet to outlet. You have to show the contraction point. This point is A, means inlet point A. This point is B, inlet point B. This is a one inlet and second inlet. Twin pressure valve always two inlet point. Here C is a outlet point where the hydraulic oil pass from the C and C to hydraulic component parts. This middle point is are as a spool operating between A and B position and move in a reciprocating motion. This cross line are called as a twin pressure valve body. First condition we have to show, if we have to apply pressure from this point A in a hydraulic pressure from the hydraulic pump, the spool move in a right side direction. At this time it's closed. This point are closed and oil cannot pass from A to C and B to C. Means it's closed the all position. Here we have to mention the input A is yes, we have to pass oil from A, but input B are closed, means output C are not receiving oil from point A to point B. Secondly, we have to show the next condition is we have to apply oil from the B point. Then after the spool move in a left side direction and it close this point. That's close the A point, means that the oil cannot pass from the point A. Also here is close the point B. That means B ports can enter the oil inside the twin pressure valve, but it cannot pass the oil to port C here. The condition in the table, truth table, we have to show the point A cannot pass oil from the twin pressure valve. Port B enter the oil inside the twin pressure valve, but it cannot pass the oil as a outlet point. The outlet point C are closed, means oil are not passing from port A and port B to port C. The next condition is that two conditions are mentioned we have to here. All ports are closed and all ports are open. All ports are closed means that the oil cannot pass from port A, B to C. But the middle condition is possible is that if you to applied pressure from both sides in a equal equal pressure from A to B. If you have to apply pressure 10 bar from port A and apply 10 bar pressure from B, means the spool stop in a middle position so that the oil pass from this position to inside of twin pressure valve and exit from the point C. This coil is a mid position of the twin pressure valve. At this time, the spool are stopped in a middle position and the port A and port B are open. Means the oil pass from the port A and port B to port C. That is a twin pressure valve. If you have to close the both conditions, the oil cannot pass from the port AB to C. The next is a pilot to open check valve. First we have to know it's a contraction side. This point P means the oil is supplied from the pump. This point A means oil passed from the hydraulic circuit to pilot operated check valve. This point is a port B where is also connected to a hydraulic circuit. P means always pump where we have to give the inlet from the hydraulic pump. A and B mentioned that is directly connected to a hydraulic circuit. This portion is a hydraulic spool or operate between the this position here, this position to this position, means it's a move in a reciprocating motion and operate this pointed spool. Here this pointed spool are operated by this piston and reverse return force by the spring. First, the understanding oil pass from A to B, where the oil pass from A to B. At this condition, this spool are not attached with this the triangular shape of the piston side. Means at this time the flow path A is open. Here the oil pass from the A point and enter into the pilot operated check valve. Then after the oil pass from B position and exit from this point. Here the conical poppet is not attached with this piston arrangement and the hydraulic pressure applied from this point. In the second drawing, the oil cannot flow from B to A. Here the conical poppet is attached to this hydraulic cylinder, piston cylinder arrangement, and it close the point of center. Here the close this point, so the oil cannot pass from B to A. Secondary condition is that if the pilot pressure is given, then oil cannot flow from B to A. This condition is a normal condition. Second figure called as a normal condition where the valve is operated by conical poppet. Here the drawing 3 is the valve operated by the pilot pressure. If you have to give the pressure from this side, means you have to give pressure to this pilot, and the conical poppet and pilot here is closed, the way of exit. At this time the oil cannot pass from the B to A. This called as a pilot to open check valve. Next is a pilot to close check valve. There is a difference between pilot to open and pilot to close valve. The conical poppet and this pilot pressure are in a back side of the check valve. Here this point is A is directly connected to a hydraulic circuit. Here point B is connected to hydraulic circuit and point P is connected to a hydraulic pump. Here the conical poppet is attached and here the piston movement arrangement are given in a reciprocating motion. The reciprocating motion between is area of the pilot close check valve. In a first condition, the oil pass from B to A and oil cannot flow. B to A oil cannot flow. Here the conical poppet close the position of valve. Means here the conical poppet sit in its original position given by the force of spring and close the area so that its condition the valve is not pass oil from port B to A. When the spring is compressed and give the back force of this piston cylinder arrangement, that's time the area of opening, means this area are open. Here the area is open, means the oil are passed from the point A to pilot close valve and to port B. In the drawing 3, if the pilot pressure is given, then the oil cannot flow from A to B. If you have to apply the pressure from the hydraulic pump in a left side direction, the conical puppet close the way of the path. Here the path is closed, so oil cannot pass from the point port A to port B. This is the pilot to close check valve. The pilot operated pressure are required sometimes to stop or idling the hydraulic circuit. Next is a 3 by 2 Poppet type DCV. We have to already discuss 3 by 2 direction control valve. DCV means direction control valve. It has a 3 port and 2 position possible are there. First digit 3 are mentioned here. The first digit 3 are mentioned. The number of port 3, port 1, port 2 and port 3, where the another port point is 2, means its position possible is 2. Either maybe is operating condition, either maybe is return condition. The position possible is a 2. First, the construction side we have to show that the port P is directly connected to a hydraulic pump. Here the T means oil return to a tank, and port A is connected to a hydraulic circuit. This point are a conical puppet operated by the spring belly. Here the one push button are there to ro- uh, rotate up to reciprocate motion in a left and right direction to open and close of the puppet valve. The first condition is that if you to apply the pressure from the P, if you have to apply pressure from this point, at this time the conical puppet close this position and not allowed to flow from P to A. At this time is not allowed to flow from P to A or P to T, means this area are closed. In secondary side, the oil pass from port P to T, means hydraulic oil pass from it to its hydraulic circuit to a hydraulic tank. The secondary position is that if you have to applied push button, here the next is drawing. If you have to apply push button in a right hand side direction, it's close the area of conical puppet. Here the area are closed so that the oil cannot pass from port P to A and A to T, means all port are closed. The oil cannot pass from the valve. The next figure is that if we have to applied more pressure into the push button, if you have to apply the more pressure into the push button, then after means the conical puppet are moved from its original position. Here the conical puppet are moved from its original position and spring is compressed. At this time the area of is conical puppet is open. The hydraulic oil pass from the port P to the conical puppet type DCV and exits to a port A. Means it's open the area of the conical puppet cylinder. And secondary side, it's close the return oil tank, means oil pass from port P to port A and close the area of port A to port A, means oil cannot return it to hydraulic tank, but only oil pass to pump to a hydraulic circuit. This called as a 3 by 2 puppet type DCV control valve, direction control valve. Three positions are possible. The oil pass from hydraulic circuit to tank, figure first. Second figure, the all port are closed, means hydraulic oil are not passed from the pump to hydraulic circuit or pump to hydraulic tank or hydraulic circuit to tank. The third figure is said that the hydraulic oil passed from pump to port A but the hydraulic circuit oil cannot pass from the hydraulic circuit to tank. This is a 3 by 2 puppet type DCV. Okay, thank you.